The following game is enhanced by Syrinscape. Epic games need epic sound. Visit Syrinscape.com to enhance your gaming experience. And now, your Unreal DM.
So, previous session, in a montage, you guys were at East Haven. You were like, we are going to travel the 7.5 hours to Bryn Shander. You made it there. You did not push your mounts, so you did not have to worry about them taking levels of exhaustion. You were like, you know what? Targos is another 2 hours. You limped it into there, arrived at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, where you went to the Luskin Arms. Sitting there, Raimi, ended up meeting Speaker Naerth, talking with him. Speaker Naerth, in order to kind of distance himself, was like, hey, free food, free drink, traveling priest, can only be good things. So there you sat, talked about what to do. As you all were figuring out where this cold hearted killer, Sephek, was, you ended up also going to Keegan's house because his husband, Garrett, has been left on the outside of or somewhere on the face of Kelvin's cairn. So that's another little task that you guys got burning on the back burner. Just so happened that everything coalesced at the same time. Everybody came together just in time to see Sephek come in. You invited him down, fed him some drinks, and then offered to graciously walk him back to his home. Turns out his home was a little bit more ramshackle than what you'd considered. He went inside where you kind of established a perimeter, laid in wait to see what was going on. Caleb turned into a rat, scurried in there, found that he was sitting there, no lights, no heat, barely anything as personal possessions, just looking at the door. Looks like he was deep in contemplation. Every once in a while, a smile would cross his face. That's the only thing that broke the atmosphere. After that hour went by, you went to go check on him. He didn't seem like he was likely to let anybody in there. He was a very private person. So that's when you, whatcha, pocket sand. Power of Ios compels you. Raimi came out with a cross. A battle ensued. Sephek called for the guards, which is a very odd move. But the guards came, and in the confusion, they transported Sephek's lifeless body, along with our four heroes, back to the town hall for questioning. And that's where you are at, approximately 8 o'clock on day 3, sitting in this jail cell that they have in the town hall. About 10 minutes has passed where they've kind of like stripped you of your weapons, your shields. You're able to keep your armor. They moved the backpacks away from you and stuff like that, put it in a corner. Chauncy, not wanting to be left out because he turned invisible, strips off his cold weather gear, comes into the town hall saying, "Oh, I need a place that I can warm up." So they offer him the place, and they're sitting there. And this is where we find ourselves inside of the town hall, where 4 guards are talking about amongst themselves about what happened. Is there anything that I missed from the player's perspective that y'all would like to cover?
No,
I
I
believe
think
that's the power of Io compels you. Thank you.
Power of Io. So they have sent for the lawgiver, which is going to take a little bit. They've sent the message from Bryn Shander. It's going to be about an hour until they arrive. People are milling about, and one of the guards comes up there, looks at you all. Why would you attack Sephek? Why would you attack such a reputable person?
Reputable is a point of view.
I will say, excuse me. I do have some information on this.
Well, why
I'd
did
like.
they attack him?
Well, this person, this so-called stand-up citizen of yours, I saw him using some oddly magical things, and these people here were just defending themselves. He was using spells, something about, I don't know. And at this point, if I'm able to, can I cast a spell without them knowing it on
Do
him?
you have subtle spell meta magic?
I don't, so I have to speak it. But what I'm gonna say is he was saying stuff like this, and then if I'm able to, I don't know if I can or not. So I'll say the spell and do it, but they won't be able to see it, correct?
It,
What?
it so in order to weave fonts of magic, it has to be purposeful gestures, forceful sounds. Think about Gandalf when you're
Mhm.
casting. The subtle spell meta magic allows you to ignore the verbal components to a spell, so you can cast it in stealth mode, if you will.
Yeah, I don't have the subtles yet.
What spell are you trying to
I was
cast?
gonna
'Cause
do Mind Sliver on him.
oh, you're trying to basically like
Yeah,
there's
I was gonna.
four of them around where you're at.
Yeah, but the what I was trying to do is just kind of mimic what he was doing and hand gesturing, and then say it, and then.
I'm gonna let you know if you did that, they would probably view that as being an attack on them because it would do damage and then put them at a detriment.
No, I
In
was gonna
in
cast it on Stefanik.
oh,
Hit him while he's down, type thing.
I think that you might be able to do that. Yeah.
Because I'm assuming he's playing possum, so um, yeah, that was my thought. If I could just kind of mimic and then actually cast it on him, which they wouldn't be able to hopefully detect that unless he yelps.
Well, let's depend on how much damage you end up doing. Are you going to cast the spell?
Yeah. So as I'm explaining, he was saying stuff like this and making these hand gestures, and I'm gonna say he said the word mind sliver, and then I'm gonna try and subtly cast it on him.
All right, let me open up the encounters portion. It's nice. I can roll directly from here.
Hmm.
All right, so it's a wisdom saving throw.
For mind sliver, it is a intelligence 13.
Gotcha. Intelligence 13. Big money, no whammy.
Big money, no
That is a
whammy.
5. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. One is all I need.
You hear him start to chuckle.
Okay. Can the guards hear that?
Yeah, everybody kind of hears that. As now, Sephonic basically says, well, it's time to drop this ruse. And he pulls the sheet aside. What do you do?
I would say, guards, please release my friends, because this man is about to attack us.
Hmm. What's everybody else doing? What's
Well,
Vernon
I'm
up
I'm
to?
gonna
hoping
wait.
to be released.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait to see if he's gonna attack, and if he is, I'll hold the firebolt in or not a
I'm gonna hold a channel divinity action, and I am prepared to once again rebuke the undead.
And a firebolt on him. If he becomes hostile.
And I would also like to say, guards, this is proof they were telling the truth. He is an undead, unholy.
The guard starts fumbling down on his side. The other ones draw their spears as they point them towards Sephek. One of them starts running over to the cage, seeing as how looks like you're on their side. You're
We lost you.
around, and he bolts out the door. He is running in through the night. The cold
We
air.
lost you there for a second.
Oh, so the guards turn, spears lowered and readied. One of them runs over and starts opening the lock for you guys. As Sephek looks, spies the door, barges through, and he's out into the night. The cold air slamming in. They undo the locks. You all are free right now.
I
They
will
wanted-
take that running away action as a threat and throw the bolt. Firebolt.
All right, so there are a couple guards in between him and where he's running from, so he's got half cover. So it's going to be a 14 on his AC. If you hit a 12 or a 13, you hit one of the guards.
19, 24.
Nice.
Nice. That's a hit.
Ooh, 8 damage.
Ooh.
All
8
right.
fire damage.
It hits him. It looks like it's as effective as you would have thought it was, but it does not hinder him in the slightest.
Can I would like to say to the guards as well, thank you for freeing them. The reason that we were here looking for him is we had word
Is he still moving?
that he's running.
He moved out.
Oh,
and
the
is
channel
in the dark
divinity.
streets.
Baby, I am turning that undead.
All right, that's a wisdom save.
Yeah, I was holding that and waiting for it.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
What is the what's the DC?
Let me get.
You got
My
a
features
22.
Oh yeah, that's
But-
way beyond my DC.
You are using the channel divinity, and he is moving away from you anyways. So in
That's
a way,
okay.
that's happy consequences.
Yeah, well it is that, but I'm just doing my priestly thing in front of him, letting him know like this is what I do.
You bring down the power of IO. They feel a little bit better. You said that, and he ran away.
They feel a little bit better, but the consequence was the same.
Yeah.
In effect, that is the power of AO. Not even to round up the gods he's supposed to. So
So Sephek is out. The guards do not look like they are pursuing, because as of a couple minutes ago, they thought this dude was stone cold dead.
Yeah.
please,
So
guards, at least track him out to the gate. See which way he heads.
Two of them look at each other and they go out. You hear a horn blast, and then seconds later you hear other horns blast throughout the city. It looks like they've made an alert. And then you can start to see torches being lit as people are now congregating towards the town hall. What is everybody doing?
They unlocked manacles on me.
Yeah, they unlocked manacles, they unlocked the cell door, you have access to all your stuff again.
I'm gonna hand my manacles back to the seer of this town. The leader who I had spoken with earlier.
Yeah, he's not there right now. He was coordinating for the stuff, but he's going to be back there soon.
Well, then I wait for him arrive.
All right, he arrives.
I will get my stuff on, my gear
Gotcha.
back.
Yeah.
All right.
I will hand him back the manacles, and then I will present my wrists. Regardless of the outcome and how right I was, You were also right. And I throw myself at the mercy of this town, and of it your wisdom.
You see him weigh the manacles in his hand as he looks at you, almost judging your soul, and then he puts him down by his waist. What do you know?
I know that he was undead. We have found out from omens, from ghosts of the past, that he was, in fact, a mass murderer. Not all at once, but in time. Biding his time. Choosing his actions as evil does. I know that he was undead, and it is my sworn duty, beyond that of your laws, to do away with such foul sickness. But I also know that I have stepped on your laws doing so. And for that, I am at your service and mercy.
So you were saying, and I wasn't too keen to hear you out before, that he's the killer that's had 10 towns gripped in terror.
Yes,
You're saying that he's undead?
yes.
That makes a lot of sense.
The fight started when I attempted to bless the undeath away from him, as I have done several times. And when I did that, he reacted violently. My friend was mistaken when he said we were merely defending ourselves. We were acting with violence, but I believe righteous violence.
Sephek showed up a couple months ago. There was a ship by the name of the Dark Duchess. It crashed on the sea bed, or by the sea of moving ice. And I don't know if y'all can see it, but right up there in the top corner. From what he said, he was the only survivor. He was the only one that made it across this whole trek from where the Dark Duchess crashed to Bremen. And there he made his way to Targos, delivering some of the goods that the Torg company needed. And he ingratiated himself with that trading company.
Even if what he said was true, or even if what he said was to be believed, I would agree that it is true. If he had any allies that he kept alive among there, then he was still the only among the living. For his allies surely share his dark curse, and a service for the curse that has befallen your land. My offer still stands.
If you could take care of him and bring proof that you've dispatched him, it's worth 100 gold dust.
100 gold for my companions, sure, but I am less interested in the gold. It is you. It is your soul.
I don't make Faustian bargains like that anymore. I've lost a step or two. I'm afraid I have to pay up.
Capture your soul, to hold it, to keep it as a devil would. Wish to free it.
Well, then what's your plan? Not for my soul, but for Sephek.
Hopefully your guards track the direction that he went. And unfortunately, that will be the only clue we have. But we have other methods to find clues. as we have found him here, without even a spyglass.
What are Chauncy and Vernin doing at this time?
I'm just listening to their conversation and sitting back and waiting for the word that it's okay to track him down.
All right. What about Vernin?
I would like to. I believe I can do. I can have wings. Now, how's the weather out right now?
It is dark for 8 o'clock at night, and it is getting close to the new moon here in a couple days. So it is still outside, but very dark. You can probably only see about 30 feet in front of your face.
Even with dark vision? Do I have dark vision? Can't remember. Hold on.
Well, as you carefully let us know the last time, there are footprints that we potentially could follow.
Ah, yes. And one of the guard members come back and say that there are tracks leading up to where his cabin was. They see his tracks leading off in that direction, and they've
This
dispatched
must-
some people to hold it.
All right.
What?
I would like to grab my cold gear, by the way, and put
Okay.
that back on.
It's gonna take you a little bit to put it on, but yeah, you put it on.
Yes, I do have dark vision for 60 feet.
Oh, you do.
Yep.
Yes. As well as, I was curious this whole time if my steel defender, where was that? Was that in the cage with me?
No, it got taken off and put with your gear.
So I could have had it start tracking.
So the steel defender takes direction from you, so you would have to like issue it orders on your turn and tell it what to do, because if you don't, it just takes the dodge action. So as soon as it would have been out of earshot its next turn, it would have stopped and taken the dodge action until you caught up with it and then issued more commands to it. It's different than a familiar in that way that you can psychically communicate up to a distance of like, I think it's like 120 feet or something like that.
Gotcha.
I'll wait for
In that
Damien
case,
to get...
I'm just gonna. I'll stand there and listen to the whole conversation, as well as tinkering, just starting to tinker with stuff.
I would like to offer our services and help the guards, as long as everybody's on board with that.
Yeah, they're offering a reward of 100 gold pieces.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely down.
Right.
Like I like
But
the money.
I just want to make sure that Raimi is ready for that as well.
Well, what is his name? Camille or no? Adam's character.
Oh, Caleb?
Caleb. What? You kind of got to think about Caleb too.
My friend Raimi, do you wish to track down this person and dispatch him?
I do. It is justice.
So if we have your blessing, I forget who we're talking to, I'm sorry. I'm just saying, if you're okay with us tracking him down and helping your guards?
Yeah, now that we've established what's really going on here, we can move forward. If he's the killer, like you say he is, we need him gone, and we are willing to pay 100 gold to make that happen as a reward for keeping 10 towns safe.
And we are happy to help you with this. We should be on our way then.
And maybe in the process we could find out how he became undead. Perhaps. Maybe. But I'm ready to go.
All right, where's everybody going to?
You said the guards tracked him down to his or toward his old cabin or his old. So I would think we'd head that way.
Yep.
I just have one small note.
What's that?
His name is Sephek, and that's been bothering me.
Oh,
Sephonic?
Instead of
Sephek.
Sephonic, it's Sephek.
Oh, Sephek?
Yeah,
So you pronounce it Sephek?
yeah, Sephek.
Gotcha. Let me rewrite that.
It's probably going to take me a hot minute to keep remembering that. But you arrive at Sephek's ramshackle shack, and one of the guards is there, and he's like, the door was open. We took a look around. We didn't find him.
Okay. Vernin, can your companion able to see anything that we're not able to? Two Z's.
No, don't believe so.
Can I I'd like to go in the house and look for any type of trapdoor or anything like that.
Yeah, I would like to do some investigation.
All right. So, Chauncy, you said that you're looking for a trap door. You do notice that there is a loose floorboard when you step near an area, and it looks like it's been moved with drag marks a couple times.
All right. I'd like to try and ply it away from the floor.
It easily comes up. It looks like at one point, it probably held some other stuff, but what you see down there right now is like a loose collection of papers. It just looks like a bunch of people's names, and 3 of them have been crossed out.
Can we take that as evidence?
Yeah.
Okay.
Calem's gonna be
Oh.
just looking for any animal in the area. Specifically, as the closer to where we are right now, the better, so that he can use speak with animals to see if they know anything about the recent going-ons in here. Like, where did this creature go?
Give me a flavor 1d20 roll.
All right.
Oh,
20,
sexy.
baby.
Caleb does his best Disney princess and interpretation, and
Always do, by the way, when I hear like speak with animals and it going on, I always think of Snow White.
yep. A small entity that looks like it's got like a porcelain mask, like wild hair and little things, comes out, and it's got what looks like a butter knife that it's using as kind of like a little makeshift snowplow. The locals know these are chewingas, or like tiny little sprites or spirits. That's what Caleb's able to. That's what he's able to talk with.
He's just gonna flatly ask him about the comings and goings of the recent creatures around this area, specifically describing Sephek.
So he He said that there was a man that matched that description that came in, grabbed some stuff, a bag, and then ran back out.
Did they see which direction he ran?
He ran towards the gates.
And then Caleb's gonna relay that information to us.
Toward the gate, huh? Do we see any snow prints? Footprints?
Give me an investigation check. This is going to help me determine how much of it is Sephek's versus how much of it is going to be the guards around. All right, Chauncey's looking. Vernon's able to look, and you do see a set that doesn't bear the same pattern. The stride's a little bit longer. Is taken off towards the gates. It looks like it is going northwest towards those gates.
He went that direction.
Are you certain?
Yeah, look at the stride pattern compared to these ones. He has a longer stride. He's trying to get out of town as fast as possible. Thus the longer stride.
That does look promising. Should we head that way?
No, we should rest for the night. Only a fool would head out in the darkness and the cold.
This is true. It is dark. It is cold. We're running out into the dark we cannot see.
The guards that were around the house, are they still around?
They are. They're milling about, trying to figure out what's going on. They're like looking every which way.
I'll tell them about the tracks and show them it, and I'm pretty sure they'll be like they'll track it as well, and I'll be
With
like,
each other,
pay
and
attention
then-
to the sign.
Yeah, they talk with each other, and one of them heads off in that direction, kind of calling for more guards to come in.
Sounds good to me.
And tell them to please be careful.
The truth has blessed us this day. Let us rest upon this knowledge.
If the party is looking at taking a long rest, the Luskin Arms is the place to do it. They're going to furnish you with like the accommodations and a meal, so that way you'll get the meal that you need in order to be able to benefit from your long rest.
To the Luskin
Also-
Arms it is.
Also, you guys should be 200 experience away from 4th level.
Correct.
Let's go with 200 experience to get you guys to that 4th level, since you've unlocked.
I do not feel comfortable leveling up Caleb, so I'm not going to do that. Is that okay?
That is perfectly fine. We'll just consider him to be a little bit more of a beefy boy.
I
Because fourth
figured
level
wherever
is-
we
is a
go,
good
he's
one.
going to stay back with the dogs in order to make sure they're okay. Like the sled dogs. He's a druid.
That's-
It's something he would care about.
Yep. That's a perfectly good synopsis.
I would like to use him as little as possible. It's just,
I gotcha.
yeah. I just figured like
came in
this was
handy,
clearly
especially with,
something
like,
he
the
would
speak
do.
with animals. Yeah. I wouldn't think that you guys would be like, here's a 10-foot pole, go in front, check for traps.
Well, no, I am going to make him walk into a couple rakes, like Sideshow Bop's Simpson style, if I can do that, because it amuses me.
Good times.
I think even Adam would like that.
I'm pretty sure he would. I'm pretty sure you'd get a kick out of it.
All
But yeah,
right,
other
so
than
you-
that, like,
He'll just,
I'd
he'll
rather
just
we
be
leave
watching
him.
this stream.
No matter where we go, I'd rather we leave him with the sled dogs, just because, like, I'm super uncomfortable playing someone else's character.
I get you.
But I'm definitely gonna gain that level. Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, 4th level's good.
Well, actually, first level.
Ooh. What are you taking level 1 in?
I am going to take level 1 as what I was planning to do in Sorcerer.
Good times.
Good times.
Is there, while you guys are leveling up, is there anything that you're going to be asking people? Any questions? Anything you want to know that would be kind of like, because this is like 8 hours.
I actually want to have a conversation with Chauncy. Alone, if at all possible.
Oh, that's fine. I'm tinkering with stuff anyways.
You going to talk with him, Chauncey?
Oh,
Basically, knock at his door at the inn.
mm-hmm. I'll answer. Come in, my friend.
Greetings. How does the night suit you?
How does the night seat me? Okay, comfortable.
I saw your donation.
Yes.
I want you to know. It is meaningless.
Duly noted.
As is your prayer.
Okay.
However, the gesture, in order to build a bridge with me, that is not meaningless. I appreciate everything you have done, but make no mistake, what we have done, regardless of the bloodlust of this ogre, was wrong. There is a single
hear you.
being who had a single friend. We removed him. And we did so because bloodshed on both sides was taken seriously only by us on one.
Are we referring to our ogre friend?
Yes,
Ah. That still haunts you.
what haunts me is how easily we've done it, how quickly we leapt to violence.
I see.
What haunts me is what I have done, not what you have done.
Is there anything I could do to ease your burden?
No, that is what I have come here to tell you. You cannot.
I see. Well,
But I appreciate the effort, my friend. That in itself is a way toward salvation.
salvation. I often think about that, what it means.
As do I.
If you do find out what it means, will you care to share with me?
If I find out what it means, I would care to share with the world. But I promise among the world you will be the first to know.
That'd be very kind of you. And I also do understand where you're coming from.
I hope so.
Yes.
That is all I wish to
Well.
talk to you about. But if you have anything you wish to ask me before I leave, I am always of open ear.
Ah. I just have but one question. What is your intent if you find Sephek?
To end his misery by ending his existence.
Hmm.
Undeath is a curse, not a blessing of immortality.
Hmm. I can see that. Hmm. Okay. That is all I'd care to know.
Thank you for hearing
I
me
do.
out.
I do appreciate you stopping by this evening. And I think I'm going to rest now. I have many things to think about while I rest.
As I hope we all do. Otherwise, have we really lived the day?
Hmm. You give me things to think about.
As do you, I. You are intriguing. Good night.
Farewell.
Anybody want to try to accomplish anything else throughout the night, or are we gonna pass time?
I'm not quite sure what feat I want to take, so I'll look at that in a bit. But oh, I would like to look at the papers that we got from Stephek's house to see if we recognize any of the names.
It looks like a list of citizens.
Like a hit list.
Mhm.
Well, it looks like a ledger, like a census. It's names and addresses of people in towns. Primarily Targos, Bryn Shander, and East Haven.
Quick question, sir.
Yep.
The first three that are crossed out, are those
I
those
have the
three
papers.
victims?
They are. They do
Sorry.
coincide.
That's right.
I'll share the papers with you guys in the morning, though.
Did you say Targos, Brinchander, and East Haven?
Yeah.
Interesting. Those are the three places we were at.
They are also, you guys would know since you're locals, the three places that sacrifice humans on the new moon.
Well, I am far from a local.
Well, the locals would know. So Vernon's a local, and Calum is a local.
Right.
So they would know, oh, they sacrifice humans on the new moon.
I'm not even a local to the Sword Coast.
Can I,
I just mark those
Can
with the
I-
maps on X's.
yeah, can I, before I rest, can I cast Identify on this to see if there's anything that I'm missing?
There is nothing magical about it. It is purely
Okay.
mundane. It looks like it's got little rip marks along the sides. It's just a list of names.
Okay, fair enough.
The first three are out. There's probably some more context to it, but I don't think you found the
Okay.
clue yet.
Well, with that, I'll just kind of remember what looking at the list, remember that, and then get some rest, and then in the morning I plan on sharing just everything I see on this list with the group. Just to mull it over, because I don't think anybody has seen the list but me. I grabbed it from the thing and pocketed it.
Yeah. Is there anything that Vernon's doing?
Not right off the top of my head.
All right. So,
Probably,
time.
I guess, asking about because we're in the bigger city. trying to find other people that are interested in the fighting of familiars slash bots.
Give me a charisma roll.
That won't matter. So I will roll it off of this one. Oh, yay.
Not a lot of people do that stuff around here. There's like one person who ended up finding a mimic that he trained to eat rats that infest the granary so that way they can keep them safe. You might have possibly already met him. Comes around here to get his food. His mimic's name is Chomper.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. And then I'll go back to tinkering on my Steel Defender.
All right. Morning time frame comes. It's not so much a breakfast buffet as much as it is you guys are just getting some food served to you. You see Naerth, he comes down. It's approximately 6 o'clock in the morning, we'll say, on day 4. The sun has just started to kind of rise out, but it is far from getting light. The hours of light are 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. He wants to know your guys' plan.
So we're all together now in the area.
If you
assuming.
want to be, I'm saying like this is meeting in the hotel lobby and getting
Oh,
ready
gotcha.
to go to like the breakfast bar.
Yeah. I'd like to share that list with him, and the team in the group, just so we can all see it and just say, I found this in his in a hidden floorboard, and I believe these are the list of the victims. Just further proof of what we were saying, and if there's anything else you guys would like to mull over, here's the list. Then I just kind of hand it to whoever puts their hand out.
Naerth puts his hand out.
Um,
The speaker,
Mm-hmm.
he puts his hand out. He wants to take a look at it.
All right. I let him look at it and just say, do you recognize any of these names?
Well, a couple of them are citizens. But, that's weird. A couple of these people paid not to be involved in the lottery. Hands the papers back to you.
Do we think we should fear for any of these people's safety until we find Sephek?
Well, you can
Sephek?
definitely not worry about these 3 right here, and he points at the crossed out names. I think their days of worrying are over.
Well, I think we should find this Sephek before any other people get hurt.
And that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Where do you think he went?
Vernin, would you care to share your findings?
well, saw that he was going out the, what was it, southwest gate?
Northwest.
Northwest gate, sorry. Northwest gate. And he was trying to beat feet. So he had a pretty good stride on him. From my roll, could I tell how far he would be able to go at that pace?
You would imagine that he could probably travel about 4 miles an hour, which is a quick travel pace.
Okay. Um, knowing the towns that, because we're in Targos right now, right?
Yep.
And if he was going northwest, that means he's heading to Bremen, most likely. That's my suggestion. That if we're to find him, we head to the northwest to Bremen.
He may
Well, if he's
also
heading
be
that way, it would be
regrouping
likely.
at this Dark Duchess.
This is very true.
So what are you guys thinking?
Bremen is closer. Let us head to this Bremen, then head to the Dark Duchess.
So the Bremen, there's no trail, so it's 3 hours, which you can cut in half if you use dog sleds. So it could take you about an hour and a half.
Yeah, we'll use our dog sleds to get there.
All right.
And if we push the dogs, it could be half the time, but I don't want to push the dogs, I'm pretty sure. Is that correct?
Yeah, it puts you there about 8 o'clock in the morning. What have you guys
All
left
right.
right now? Are there any
Let's
preparations that you're trying to get done before you go?
grab some coffee before I go.
Coffee.
I think we're good on stuff. Do we have do we need anything for the dogs?
What do you mean?
Would we be able to um get chow for the dogs, type thing?
Yeah, they got sheltered and fed as part of their lodging.
Okay. Okay, I just want to make sure. Then never mind, I'm good.
All right. So if there's nothing else, you guys are doing the hour and a half to Bremen. I need whoever is making the navigation to go ahead and give me a survival check.
I believe, as much as I don't want to play him, we're going to go ahead and let Caleb make the navigation.
Gotcha. And if there's anything bad, we could just blame it on him.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
So it's not letting me roll from him, but he's got a +5. I'm going to go ahead and just roll the d20.
With a +5? Gotcha.
Yep. That's 23 total.
That is way better. You are able to make it through little to no consequence. You manage to any pitfalls that would have befell you, any possible wildlife encounters, you are able to push to the side. You see beautiful herds of reindeer, all that other stuff. You guys make it to Bremen. You know Bremen, for the locals, they know Bremen to be about 150 for population. There's almost nothing here. It is an old frontier post that was pretty much settled by dwarves before, as a staging area to go onto the moving sea. Let me add the map really quick. It is located on the river. Locals know that they sacrifice warmth to Arl. Their speaker is a shield dwarf that goes by the name Shale Scar. Seems a little bit absent-minded at times, and lately they've been having problems with their fishing. It seems that boats keep getting capsized. There is an inn called the Buried Treasure. You can see the town hall, and then you can also see the 5 Tavern Center. And the 5 Taverns is because there were 5 dwarf brothers that helped settle this place, and each one of them could not agree on the tavern, so they built 5 taverns close to each other. And it's kind of like this thing's shtick. What would you gentlemen like to do?
Oh. Muted.
No, I said visit the 5 taverns. Come on. If anything, we're likely to run into him there. If he is here.
It does seem very probable that we run into a lot of people we need to see in taverns.
Well, not only that, but I mean, like, this is what this town does. You know what I mean? Like, do you go to Chicago and not get the hot dog?
If you're a fucking blasphemer, you do.
That's
Where
fair
And
is
you
enough.
put ketchup
Chicago?
on it.
Hey, watch the F-bombs. This is a family show.
My apologies.
I like the idea.
So you go to the 5 taverns?
Yep.
All right. There's not a lot going on. You do see a female dwarf who is playing bartender. She's polishing glasses. And, oh, please have a seat. Have a seat wherever you'd like. Oh. She fishes out some menus. It's either her very first day or she's very understaffed as she goes over there, and it's a simple menu. Drinks, food, stuff like that. A lot of knucklehead trout. You can see that the price has gotten progressively more expensive, little bit by little bit. And she brings the stuff down. She's like, "I've got a round of ale right here for you. I'm so sorry for the delay. We're very short staffed. Please bear with me. I'm so sorry."
Quick question.
Yep.
I would like to look at that paper. Are any of the names here in Bremen?
No.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Yes, the names are pretty much people, looks like, from East Haven, Targos, and Bryn Shander.
Oh, it was Brim Shander. Sorry, that's
going through doing stuff. What can I get for you?
What? Do you have anything hot?
Oh yeah, we got porridge. Cora's porridge.
How about some porridge? Would you guys want some porridge?
oh yeah. Stay warm.
Stay warm?
Of course.
A round of porridge.
All right. Well, at least that's something that I don't have to cook. So I should be able to get it out for you guys in a jiff. She goes back there. I'm the only one working today, so if you need me, just call out Cora and I'll come a running.
Thank you, Cora.
She hurries up. She gets your food. It's a couple of copper for these bowls of porridge. And she sets him down. She's like, I'm so sorry. We've been really understaffed lately. Something's gotten into my son. Um, I'm just have a wonderful meal. Here you go.
Well, excuse me. Pardon. You mentioned something's going on with Sean. What's going on? I'm just curious.
Well, my son, Har, wait, Huarwar, Hawar? Yeah, that's what I'll say it. Hawar, my son, he went out on an expedition and he found some of that black glass that everybody's talking about. And well, he got it and he fashioned a necklace out of it. It's just became really weird over time. Like he's not himself. He used to be so helpful and so nice, but he just got really short and really spiteful. And then he told me that he is packing everything up and he's going to Dinaval, which I will flash over on Icewind Dale. Dinaval is right here. So he went from there all the way up to there. He says that he felt a calling, that there was something that he needed to do, so he just left me all alone. It's very unlike him.
That's sad. I'm sorry to hear this, man. Maybe
Used to be.
when we go through the town, we could talk to him and potentially send him back home for you.
Well, I've gotten word that he's in the castle over there at Dinaval. He's joined up with those black swords. It's a religious order.
The black swords again.
Ooh, I'll tell you what, I gotta use the bathroom. Bio break. You good with taking 10?
Yeah, I need a bio.
All right.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good.
We are back. We are eating porridge at the round table as that nice lady, Cora, tells you about how her son has changed because of that black glass that he found out in the frozen waste. What is everybody wanting to do at this point?
I really want to find some of that black glass and identify it.
There's a possibility to find some out in the wasteland. Or not the wasteland, I'm sorry. Out in the frozen tundra.
I think we have reached the end of our search here. And I wish to head to this ship.
I believe on the way to this ship, we might be able to find some of this black. What is it? What is it called?
Black glass.
So the locals call it black glass, but it also is known as chartolin. It's basically pieces of an ancient city that have fallen off. It's very easily imbued with magic.
Nice.
You guys are trying to head to the Dark Duchess?
That's the shipyard.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's where the remnants of that ship was.
It's all the way up here.
Ooh. How's that terrain?
That is going to be a good trek to try to get to that. You might be traveling because from Bryn Shander to East Haven was like 7.5 hours. So we'll use the same type of basically straight line distance. We'll say 100. It's going to be 2 days.
Hmm.
It's going to be 2 days if you stop in between. It's going to be like 1 day if you're just plowing through, going like that. But you pretty much that's all you're going to be doing. And the locals are letting you know that according to the weather, that tomorrow in the afternoon there's going to be a blizzard. So you would basically hit that blizzard. And then that's also the night of the new moon.
I don't think we want to be out there in the middle of that.
I agree.
Mm-mm. I do not like being that cold.
What about going to Tourmaline? Didn't we need to go to Tourmaline too?
No, I
Or
wish not
London?
to divert from our course too far. Perhaps there are things here in Bremen we can tend to?
Well, there is that lake monster. All the fishing boats are really being knocked around.
Let us tend to that, so that we are in position to move when the time is ready. Should we head to Tourmaline, we will be out of position. We will be away from our goal, and we have made a promise to the Seeker.
Yes,
Agreed.
we do have a certain individual that we need to find.
I was just throwing out something that was closer that we could come back to it, I guess.
Yes, but if we do so, we will be closer. But we will not come back in time.
Understandable.
So I am saying that it is a 24-hour out because there's no paths already done. It's 24 hours from Bremen to the Dark Duchess, traveling on foot. You guys could probably cut that in half by using your mounts. So it would be 12 hours by mount.
I think we should wait out the storm.
Yeah, I don't want to get caught in that.
Yeah, wait out the storm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So it is day 4, 9 o'clock in the morning. They are expecting the afternoon of day 5 to be when the blizzard hits. That's their best forecast.
Here's a little out of game something. How much do we want to do without Caleb?
That is the other thing. I was looking at it kind of like establishing what we wanted to do and then
Yeah,
putting a pin in it for next time.
I think that's a really good idea. I think we're at a point right now, like, let's figure out what's going on with this town. Let's have a plan, and then we'll involve Caleb next time.
Well, then what's everybody thinking about?
Sounds good to me. Sorry.
I'm thinking about these capsized boats. I think that's something we can at least look into in the next 24 hours.
Yep.
Our characters also know that on the new moon is when the murders happen. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Where's the next name? What town is that in?
We'll say that it was in Targos.
And I think we did buy some time for that next name. I think we're looking less at a I'm going to continue my mission from this person and more of a I'm regrouping kind of position.
That is the vibe that you would get. He seems rather committed to his ideals, but not suicidal.
I do think for the first time in this campaign setting, we have put this on our terms.
I think you're right.
So we know where he's going, I think, with his direction. Obviously, he hasn't arrived in Bremen, and if he did, he's keeping a low profile. And none of the names on the list we saw were from this town. Which leads me to believe that we stopped when he didn't. I don't think the storm's going to bother him,
No,
Yeah,
he's
I don't think
undead.
it's gonna bother him.
but we're just as likely to catch him on the way back. So I'm
Yeah.
willing to say that along with Caleb, we can solve at least this problem or look into it. But I don't want to lose sight of the fact that after this storm is done, we leave. Period. Like, time is
Yeah,
of the
I-
essence. He's running. We should track him.
Yeah. And you guys are 9 a.m. day 4.
And we have till tomorrow in the afternoon when this storm is supposed to hit.
Yeah. And afternoon is anywhere between noon to 5.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure we can tell when the storm has hit.
Oh, yeah. I'll give you guys the warning like 2 hours that, the storm's blowing in because you'll see it.
And then once that's done, we move. Clearly, he's counting on us to stop. And that's a good counting on because we definitely should fucking stop.
Well,
'Cause
a
I think
12
the only
straight
people
trek.
who are going to survive this storm, if we try to go through it, are me and Vernin.
Yeah.
And, him, his natural resistance, and me with the boots.
So I feel like that's exactly what was gonna have to happen is if he's on his way back, after the storm, we'll probably cross paths with him.
For sure.
If not,
And I mean, like, look at these long wastes, right? That we're traveling through.
yeah.
When I look at these long wastes, I see we need the druid present.
Yeah, lots of animals.
Mm-hmm.
This is wide spans of nature. This is what he do, I kind of want to give him a chance to do what he do.
Makes
What he
sense.
do good.
But beforehand, I also kind of want to give him a chance to be involved in this capsize of the boat thing.
Well, there you go. Then we'll call this session right now, and then we'll pick up next week when Adam's able to make it back. And then, yeah, take it from there.
Sounds like a plan. Good session, though.
Heck yeah.
Really cool.
This campaign was not brought to you, but rather enhanced by Syrinscape. Epic games need epic sound. If you want some epic sound for your epic games, visit Syrinscape.com for more information.